create something new.
A ti let go of the old.
I'm trying.
To find her, let go.
Well, thank you both for joining me today to discuss Lupe. What an inspiring film, what an empowering film.
Thank you.
Rafael, let's begin with you. Rafael is searching for a sister in New York under the world of prostitution.
She is from the beginning of her childhood. I feel like she's been in that danger zone. And in a way, like, it's a little bit suicidal too. Like, she can lose her life in any moment, and she's aware of this, but like, she has nothing to lose.
And go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'd like to add to that. It's a beautiful analogy with people in the community coming out into areas where they feel vulnerable, and we do feel as though we could, be set upon at any moment. So it's a beautiful way of reflecting that back at us,
Well, Kerry, also it's about representing more in Hollywood, the transgender community, and depicting her with more honesty and truth, because I felt it felt very honest, this movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's one of the things that brought me to the movie when I was asked to come on board during post-production. I was asked to take a look at the cut and just be like an associate editor or a consultant just on the cut. And Shiran, who cut it, sent me this rough cut. And then 3 days later, she was like, well, when am I going to get my notes? And I said, you can get the notes when I stop crying. It sort of really spoke to me so much about the genuineness of coming out and being visible, And again, just to talk about, you mentioned Los Angeles. One of the things that we're very guilty of is the fact that we're so judgmental about ourselves. And the community is very judgmental, but having something where you can see someone grow and stumble and fall is just a nice story for all of us that are on this journey.
And Rafael, she's a Cuban immigrant who struggles not only with identity crisis, but also being in New York in a different land, right? Trying to adjust. And but she uses boxing for multiple benefits, right? I mean, it not only just for a career, but also an outlet and also for defending.
Yeah, it's like her therapy. It's that thing that she loves so much. And I love that part in the film where she's like considering stopping it, because stopping with the fighting means that she will get a more feminine body or a more passing body. But then she'll be quitting to something that is like, true to herself and to her identity, which at the end of the day, that's a quest of the film, finding that authenticity. And that's why I feel like it's a film that's going to speak to everyone. And I hope a lot of people get a chance to watch.
And Kerry, I found insightful the line in the movie, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes.
Yeah. That sort of called out to me, especially, I didn't transition until I was 48, and it is exceptionally difficult because you've got all that past life and all these other things that have made you who you are and where you're going. And yeah, it's just so true, because I came out and transitioned inside corporate Disney. Came out in a very spectacular way in front of 500 employees. They weren't quite expecting it, and neither was I. But it was, it's just like, it is a case of, we all need to be genuine sooner, because it makes our lives that much better and that much more sort of engrossing and genuine for both ourselves and those that we interact with and those that we love.
And Rafael, I love the line, they have to be careful of me, and I'm a pacifist, but beating up the pimps, I love that. I mean, I'm a vengeful guy, and I just thought that was a powerful scene.
Yeah, it's like she recognized her strengths, and she knows that she's a master of her martial arts, and she knows that in a way she's a weapon. It's almost like a superhero.
And when she was discovered by Arun, Kadeem Henry's character, it was heartbreaking. I mean, they were so close, and I just feel how so many people struggle with that same situation.
Well, I feel like that's beautiful because like I feel like a lot of members of the community like would identify with that because like this has happened with families, like families, and still happens till this day, 21st century, where like kids get kicked out of their houses as soon as their parents discovers they're gay or trans or whatever identity they're navigating, and you forget the person that you were loving last week before you knew this aspect of themselves. Like sex is just one aspect, and gender is just one aspect of ourselves. It doesn't mean that, you know, because of this, like we can no longer have a relationship. And I feel like our movie connects with that humanity, you know, like we can see beyond like what separates us. Let's see what makes us closer. and and yeah, like a lot of people have gone through like experiences like this, and definitely like I'm very happy that this is also like one of the layers of our movie.
So yeah, and I'd like to talk to it too.
Sure.
It impacts so many different levels of your life. You know, I've lost friends. I did lose friends, but I also lost professional working acquaintances because I was, under my given name, I was a very successful international award-winning editor and post-production supervisor. And then all of that got wiped away because I stood up and said, I'm genuine. This is me. This is who I'm going to be. And just the fact that I lost contact with my children in the UK as well. I hadn't spoken to them for nearly 4 years. There are just so many things. It's just having that illustration of someone cutting you off just like that and you're dead to them really does happen so very often in this world.
That's a shame. That really is. And Rafael, very small budget, making use of what you could. Could you give me an example of how much of a guerrilla filmmaking effort this was?
I don't have the financial details of all the numbers, but I know that the original shooting was 10 days shooting. They started it with like under $40,000. I think it was like $35,000, $36,000, which is like very, very low budget. They put a lot of trust in everyone that jumped into work. They put a lot of trust in me for sure. But I feel like every single person that was on that set recognized the importance of the story, and you know how privileged we were to be able to tell the story. And I mean, you see the film and it doesn't look like a $35,000 film. I feel like it looks like any $1 million like, you know, studio production, and that just speaks value to the work of the crew, our cinematographer, our directors, just like incredible and very passionate people.
Yeah, and also I'd like to just talk to the numbers for a second. Yeah, there's physical numbers, but then there's the actual in-kind stuff that all of us put in, we're way and beyond what a budget item could be. You know, yes, it looks like a lot more it looks like a medium budget film because those of us who came in post and throughout the whole process, we gave it our all as though it was a major film. Mm-hmm. You know, there was nothing skimped on it. We just did it 100%. And I for one, and I know others, treated it as though it was our main income for the year.
Well, it's the performances and the message too. It's a $100 million film, in my opinion. You know, so.
Well, thank you.
And finally, today, did you ever think that it would be showing on HBO and HBO Latino? I mean, it's just what an honor. I mean, the network gave you complete support, right?
No, it's the biggest form of validation that like a platform like HBO is championing us and giving us their platform. Hopefully a lot of people get to see it, and people like you that enjoy the film can spread the word and excite other people, and other people would excite other people, and Lupe gets love and the recognition that I feel it deserves.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, and again, just to talk to you, know, HBO has given us a platform. They've given us a platform to show a beautiful story with beautiful characters and the way it's illustrated. And it's an every person story. I'm sure HBO could see that. They go, no, this isn't just to be ghettoed away in a little fringe area. It is mainstream because it is an every person story. And it's fabulous. And, you know, Rafael's awesome in it. February 26th, HBO.
Well, absolutely. And congratulations on an incredible film. And purple is the color of the day. You both look fabulous. And when you have a chance, come visit us in Las Vegas. We'd love to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.